Oh, hello, Deadpool here. And what you're watching is a review of me. I decided to talk to Multi-Voice Reviewer, and I told him to order me 10,000 chimichangas in order for me to show up. So therefore, I decided to show up and make an appearance on his review and talk about how awesome I am with maximum effort. Oh, by the way, for those of you who wants to know, happy 4th of July, so let's celebrate the 4th of July. Team America! Yeah! Although I am Canadian, but I do have a sense of patriotism, so hi, Uncle Sam! So I thank you for watching this review. Oh, and there's Multi-Voice Reviewer reading one of my old graphic novels. Let's watch it. Grab it, stack, the bubba in the back, and the bubba in the brother little butt like that. Yep, it's up that shake the booty. Yep, the shot and the shotgun. Bam! Oh, hey everybody. Well, as you can see, I'm reading some of Deadpool's classic graphic novels. I wanted to know about his story and everything, and I gotta say, he has quite a history. Oh well. Since I got everything clear, I guess, time for me to do my review. And, hey! Hey, Deadpool! Didn't expect you here. Oh, hello there, Multi-Voice Reviewer. Oh, and by the way, what in the actual butt is that? What? What are you talking about? What? What are you complaining? You are wearing Wolverine's shirt. Oh, yeah, that's right. I am wearing Wolverine's shirt. Sorry. I mean, when it's all X-Men base, I like to wear the Wolverine shirt. And what about that Deadpool shirt? The one you wore when you reviewed Spider-Man? Even though I can't get over that you hate Spider-Man. I mean, Spider-Man and I are best buds. But anyway, what about that Deadpool shirt you wore? Okay, Deadpool. How's that, Deadpool? Oh, how special. You just changed your shirt and put the shirt on top to make it look like you ripped the shirt out of your chest. Special effects is awesome, huh? And by the way, what's the big deal of you breaking the fourth wall in your review? What do you mean? What are you talking about breaking the fourth wall in my review? I mean, I don't understand what he's talking about. I don't understand. I mean, you keep looking at the camera while you're doing your review. And of course, speaking of fourth wall, I'm not really Deadpool. I'm just an action figure voiced by the guy who's doing this review. Do you really have to go there? Seriously, Deadpool? You really have to go there? I mean, seriously, it would have been a whole lot better if you, just buy the costume instead of buying an action figure of me. It would have been a lot better. I tried on the costume once, but the costume was very expensive. It was like 50 bucks. Yours were a lot cheaper and easier. Besides, it's a lot harder to change from one costume to the next. Okay, just tell everybody how awesome I am, will ya? With pleasure, Deadpool. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's start to the beginning. Back in the 90s, there was a comic book artist and writer who goes by the name of, he was a comic book, plotter and artist named Rob Liefeld. Now, I know some of you are saying, Rob Liefeld, he has a unique way of, having his, artwork kind of ridiculous. He makes all the men all big and bulky, while the women kind of look like they're double-jointed on their backs and have no irises and pupils. But he wanted to create a character which was a parody to another character. Deathstroke, the Terminator. Oh, Deathstroke, the Terminator? Try to imagine Arnold Schwarzenegger playing that one-eyed assassin. Well, anyway, since Deathstroke became a very popular villain in the DC comics, they decided to create a character which was a parody. I mean, Deathstroke, he has a healing factor and bulletproof armor, but his healing factor is not as powerful as Deadpool. And of course, they made him, and Deadpool started out as a bad guy in the New Mutants number 98, right here. This is where Deadpool first appeared. But since the people found him to be very interesting, they decided to tell more about him. So that's when they decided to make the very first comic book issue of Deadpool's first appearance, right here. And after that, they changed Deadpool from a bad guy to an anti-hero. Is that it? You didn't say the magic words. And what is that? My origin, Knucklehead. Cannot believe I said Knucklehead. My origin, how I became Deadpool. Anyway, Deadpool's real name is Wade Wilson. And he started a relationship with a beautiful girl who goes by the name of Vanessa. And she was a former prostitute. But not many people know that in the comic book, Vanessa starts engaging herself in her mutant ability. It turned her skin turned her skin blue, turned her hair white, and has black eyes and pointy ears, and becomes this mutant who calls herself Copycat. Copycat's ability, she can shapeshift in everybody else, and she can also mimic their ability. And this is what she looks like right here. That's Copycat. Anyway, after his relationship with Vanessa, Wade Wilson discovered that he had the bad case of cancer in the world. Very incurable. So he didn't want to be a burden for Vanessa, so therefore he broke up with her and went off on his own. Until he got into the Weapon X facility. Now, the Weapon X facility were the same people who made Wolverine.
Grr, you mean they had the essence of me?
Yeah, Wolverine. They found your healing factor, your essence. It gives you your healing factor. And then they put it in Wade. Now, they didn't exactly cure his cancer. What they did is it made his tumor grow faster than his healing factor. So pretty much, he still has a healing factor and he can breathe and walk and everything. But the results, he still looks like a human pile of tumors. It pretty much scarred his face really bad. So, every time when somebody, if he removes his mask, he looks really ugly, and people think he's either a burnt victim or something, and they always barf every time. And then, here's the biggest shocker of all. Not many people know that when he was in the Weapon X facility, this villain who goes by the name of Ajax, him and this mad doctor decided to do experiments on Deadpool. And of course they had a razor called the Deadpool, where they were betting how long they're going to die. How long it's going to last until they die. And as they were doing some experiments on him, he was getting close to the brink of death. But when his soul escaped his body, he fell in love with another woman. And that woman he fell in love is Lady Death. That's right. This is the same woman that Deadpool fell in love with. Him and Thanos. That's right, Thanos is in love with Lady Death, too. And as he was about ready to go with her, his healing factor kicked in, and he came back to life and did a little payback on Ajax, a.k.a. Francis. Yeah, and long story short, I got myself this costume and became a mercenary. How's that, Wolverine?
Grr, I ought to cut your gay darn head off.
Ha! Look how short you are, Wolvie. Now, why don't you and X-23 keep stepping?
Grr. All right, X. Let's go.
Really?
Yes, really, let's go.
Hey, I'm kind of wondering, since Disney owned the rights to 20th Century Fox, does that mean I'm going to be in league with Disney? What do you say, Mickey Mouse? Come on, Mickey, what do you think?
Ha! You? Part of the franchise of Marvel Studio? Ha ha! Don't make me laugh. Not a chance in Hades, you will. Jeez. It's bad enough I had to let Wolverine be a part of the Avengers, but you? Ha! Ha 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 ha!
Oh, and I love Walt Disney. Now calm down, Deadpool. Anyway, one time they did do a comic book where Deadpool and Thanos did fought over Lady Death. Turns out some galactic space entity kidnapped her, and now everybody cannot die. And Thanos and Deadpool teamed up together to stop him, and they freed Lady Death, and Lady Death had to choose who she'd rather be with. She preferred Wade. And of course, here's one thing that's really interesting. It turns out that Thanos put a spell on Deadpool, which he will never ever die. That's why with the healing factor, and made it hard for him to die. Seriously? Thanos put a curse on me? So I cannot be with Lady Death? Oh, that son of a gun, I gave him what for. Calm down, Deadpool. It turns out you fell in love with more than one woman anyway. Oh yeah, All My Love and Loss. Yeah, on one comic book, he did fall in love with this woman who is a member of S.H.I.E.L.D. Goes by the name of Emily Preston. And that's her. And as she has a bit of a short fling, he had a daughter who goes by the name of Ellie. And that's her with Deadpool, and that's what Deadpool looks like without the mask. And believe it or not, Deadpool even got married with somebody. If you look up the comic book of Deadpool, Dracula's Gauntlet, Deadpool was hired from Dracula to find the queen of all monsters, a succubus who goes by the name of Shikra. And Dracula wants to marry Shikra so he can rule the monsters from the underworld. And this is Dracula right here. And this is what he looks like up close. Not exactly the tuxedo and cape and look into my eyes kind of thing. Like my Dracula. Anyway, Dracula hired Deadpool to find Shikra and bring her to him. But it turns out that, to make a long story short, Shikra fell in love with Deadpool because they both are immortal and Deadpool cannot stay dead. And it peed off Dracula, and Dracula noticed that she has a brother, too, and he killed them so he can take over the monster world. Shikra knew about it, so now Shikra and Deadpool decided to do a little payback on Dracula. And this is Shikra right here. This is what she looks like. And this is her pet dragon, Bug. Now, even though that she's a succubus and she's a very attractive woman, she can transform into her demon self. And that's her battling against Blade, while Deadpool tries to stop her. And of course, to make a long story short, Deadpool finally defeated Dracula, and at the end, in another comic I got, the wedding of Deadpool, he marries Shikra. Yep, he married Shikra, alright. And of course, he keeps meeting other women in his life, but it turns out they don't go well. But I would say Shikra is close enough. What is it, Deadpool? Yeah, besides my healing factor and my fourth wall breaking, why don't you tell everybody about my other powers and abilities and the side of my story? Oh, yeah. Here's one thing that Deadpool started to realize. While he went to a near-death experience, he finally discovered that he is a fictional character. That's why he decided to break the fourth wall. So he knows he's a fictional character, and that's why he likes talking to us in comic books, video games, and movies. And of course, he did have a few other things, too. He used to have a teleporting ability, where he can teleport to place to place. But now he got rid of the teleporter because he found out that it was too easy for him to go on a mission. And he also had a second voice inside his head talking to him. That's right. And as it turns out, the second voice who was talking to him, it turns out to be none other than Madcap. Madcap was the second voice inside of Deadpool. He fused himself inside of him and became the second voice to him. But for those of you who don't know who Madcap is, what he is he's the immortal, and he's an immortal with a healing factor kind of clown. Imagine him as the Joker, but with a healing factor. But one time, Deadpool decided to separate himself with Madcap. And you want to know how? Well, I'll show you. When Luke Cage, the strongest black guy, and Thor, the god of thunder, they decided to split him in half. Wow, at the process, one half healed up as Deadpool, while the other half healed up as Madcap. And then after that, it was the first celebration between Deadpool and Madcap. Until one time Madcap tried to kill his daughter Ellie and Emily and her family. But Deadpool made a deal with the Collector, grabbed Madcap, and took Madcap into one of the Collector's collection. And of course, believe it or not, in the future, when Deadpool, he's still old, but he's still alive in the year 2099. And he also has a daughter from Shikra's side. So he has a daughter who is part mutant, part succubus. And her name is Warda Wilson. Deadpool 2099. And this is what she looks like without her mask. Of course, that's the future of Deadpool. And of course, Deadpool had a lot of love and loss. Like, he fell in love with this indestructible woman who calls herself Big Bertha. But she wasn't always that fat, because She's like a human pufferfish. She only gets really fat when she's strong, but when she tries to blend in with other people, she can deflate herself and she'll look more like this. Until when she saw what Deadpool looked like under that mask of his, she barfed and the relationship was over. Easy come, easy go, huh? And one time when Deadpool was in space, he also fell in love with an alien who looks like a giant hippo. And that's her. He got into a relationship with a hippo-like alien. But of course it didn't last. And then he found a princess who goes by the name of Princess Tila. And that's her. I think she kind of reminds him of Vanessa because she has white hair and blue skin and pointy ears. Kind of resembles Copycat. And he also had a bit of a short fling with Siren, Banshee's daughter. Now, who's Banshee? He's an Irish-American mutant with a sonic scream. And this is his daughter, who has the same ability. And he also went to this one planet where he meets another alien who is a healer. Yeah, that's right. He meets an alien who is a healer, who goes by the name of Zazie. And this is her. She helped heal his tumors and made him look good. But of course it got rid of his healing factor at the same time because it made him normal. So he went off on his own and got his ability back. Now, of course, some of you are going to be telling me about Deadpool versus the Marvel Universe, but that's an Elseworld story. I mean, there's a lot of Elseworld stories of Deadpool. One Deadpool who's evil killed the Marvel Universe and also the illiterate heroes, and until they did a comic book where the original Deadpool himself killed the evil one. And of course, he has help with other Deadpools, like there is Dogpool, Kidpool, and of course, Lady Deadpool. She's like a female version of Deadpool. And of course, he also meets another female character who has the same sense of humor and ability. And this is like what if Gwen Stacy took Deadpool's side of the franchise. And that's where Grinpool first began. Gwenpool. And of course, here's one thing I almost forgot to mention. One time there was another story where Deadpool, he died, and now he's wandering about as a ghost. So now She-Ra, who goes by the name of Mrs. Deadpool, formed a team of monsters who calls himself the Howling Commandos, and go on a never-ending journey to find Deadpool. And this is the graphic novel I got, where Mrs. She-Ra, or Mrs. Deadpool, take action. Gotta love that woman. And of course, here's one thing that's really weird. He even met a villain who pretty much claimed to be Wade Wilson himself. And he goes by the name of T-Ray. That's him. But I think Deadpool is the real Wade Wilson. This T-Ray, he's got to be like a clone of an imposter. And also, DC made a copycat version of Deadpool. Excuse me, what? They made a DC version of me? What in the butt? What in the rectum? No, I'm kidding. There's a lot of die-hard fans from both DC and Marvel who thinks that Harley Quinn, the Joker's Joker's ex-girlfriend, former girlfriend and former therapist, all the fans think that that Harley Quinn's relationship with Deadpool will be a whole lot better than the Joker. So therefore, they created a character for the DC Comics to be a carbon copy of Deadpool, but in a different route. He goes by the name of Red Tool. And he was made to be the love interest for Harley Quinn. So what do you think, Deadpool? Red Tool, huh? And can you show me the picture of what Harley Quinn looks like? Yeah, sure. Right here. Wow. For a clown, she's really hot. Margaret Robbie. That's her name, huh? Huh. Maybe I should trade up for DC instead of Marvel. And maybe have a one-night, and maybe ask her out on a date.
Now hold it right there.
Huh? Who said that? Who? Huh? Who said that? Who? Who said that?
I said that. 'Tis I, the Joker. Now you better do me a favor. You better stay away from Harley, or I'll put a smile on the face.
Oh, and what are you gonna do? Kill me?
Oh no, I'm not gonna kill you. I cannot believe I'm gonna be quoting Jared Leto. I'm just gonna kill you. Really, really bad.
Yeah, we shall see about that, Posh Spice. Why don't you do me a favor? Don't mess with the Merc. So keep a-steppin'. Well, since he did all the comic book aside, why don't you tell me about other franchises about me since you're done with the comics? Oh yeah, that's right. Oh, by the way, what's the name of that other character? The one that you mostly team up with in the comics and Hinton in the movie? Oh, I'm gonna do more than tell you about him. I'm gonna show you.
What is it, Wade?
Now who the heck is that? He's a man at a time. Who the heck is that? He likes to fight crime. Who the heck is that? He plays it cool. Who the heck is that? But he ain't no fool. He's freaking Cable.
What are you doing, Wade?
I just want to tell everybody about my special partner. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to meet Cable, the man at a time. For those of you who don't know about him,
how about I just tell everybody about me? Huh?
It's your show, hero.
I'm a soldier from the future. I am a son of Cyclops, aka Scott Summers, and Madeline Pryor.
And for those of you who wants to know who Madeline Pryor is, she's a clone of Jean Grey. And that's all I'm going to tell you, because telling you the origin about Madeline Pryor is like doing a jigsaw puzzle upside down, blindfolded, with two hands tied behind my back.
Is she that difficult to explain her origin?
Yep.
Whoa! You okay, Wade? Yeah, healing factor. I'll suck it up. Well, I travel through time in order to change history. You see, and of course you're wondering about my mechanical arm. I was infected by a technology virus. It almost turned my entire body into a human machine. But it stopped and gave me a mechanical arm, and that's it. But I also traveled through time with my guns, because every time when there's a great disaster in the future, I travel through time in order to eliminate the one who causes all the problems.
Yeah, Doc. Your 9-point gigawatts ability?
I don't watch Back from the Future. I told you that 1,000 times.
Yeah. He's a soldier version of Doc Brown. Or the Doctor from Doctor Who. You got a TARDIS?
Do me a favor, Wade.
What?
Just continue on with the review. As for me, I'm going back to my future.
Ha! Now the franchise. Yeah, that's right. Before they made the comic book before they made the movie and the cartoons of Deadpool, they one time decided to make a webisode. Now, you can't find it on YouTube, and I wish they would play it on YouTube for the fans, but they made a Deadpool webisode where Deadpool, Domino, Weasel, I forgot who she is, but Elektra, Typhoid Mary, and Sabretooth gets involved in the story. Now, if you want to know who Typhoid Mary is, she's the woman who can make people sick when she blows a kiss at them. Hey, what's going on? Oh yeah, Domino! I forgot about her! She's the luckiest woman in history. Even though I don't think luck is a mutant power ability, but every time when you try to shoot a gun at her, it always ends up jam. And she always, when she jumps out of a plane, she crash landed in a bunch of pillows. As for Sabretooth,
I told you not to mention my name, Wade.
ho-ho, Sabretooth! You know, Wolverine is back there.
For years I wanted to shut that mouth of yours. Maybe I can just stick my claws into your mouth and rip the vocal cords out of you.
Yeah, you cannot kill the main character who's doing the review. Now go beat up Wolverine, be a nightmare.
I'll tell you one thing. Battling against Wolverine is a lot better than battling with the motor mouth Merc.
Whew! And get a breath mint, will ya? Man, your breath smells like a dog's breath. I thought I introduced one character. I didn't know there's going to be more of them. Anyway, they didn't put Deadpool in the X-Men cartoons, if everybody remembers that. But they did give Deadpool a cameo, but with no words, no voice acting, where they made him appear on the X-Men for a brief moment, and that was it. Until when they decided to do an animated movie, where Marvel becoming more popular, Deadpool had an appearance in one of the animated movies of Marvel, Hulk versus Wolverine, where Deadpool makes an appearance right there. And then when they made the cartoon series of Ultimate Spider-Man, they made an episode where they focused more on Deadpool, right here. Call it Ultimate Deadpool. Not the real Ultimate Deadpool, because the Ultimate Deadpool in the comics, he had no healing factor or anything. He was just a headhunter. And then they had Deadpool appear in the animated Japanese version of Deadpool they made. Now, of course, there were some other appearance of anime, but speaking of anime, ever since the movie was finally made, FXX decided to do an animated series of Deadpool. And you can find it on YouTube. You can find it on YouTube when you type down a test pilot of Deadpool. But sadly, it didn't catch on because I think it's got something to do with Taylor Swift or something. But too bad. I would love to see an animated series of Deadpool. Taylor Swift. I like her, she's hot. But her protesting against the creation of me, of the animated series, I think she got bad blood. But before I get to the movies, folks, I think we should get to the video game where he made his appearance. Oh, goody goody, I can't wait to see what video game I appear in! Hold your horses, Mr. Poole. Anyway, one video game I remember where Deadpool finally made his appearance was, of course, X-Men Legend Part 2, Rise of the Apocalypse, where you can defeat Deadpool and then you can have him team up with the X-Men. And then Deadpool makes another appearance with my favorite Marvel video game, Marvel Ultimate Alliance. I really love this game. And then Deadpool made another appearance from the sequel of the game, which I don't think was all that good. Ultimate Alliance 2. I mean, it was sort of like the beginning of the Civil War and the Secret. The Civil War and the Secret Mission. And then, of course, one thing I forgot to mention, ever since they made the Origin of Wolverine the movie, they made the video game, it turned out to be a whole lot better than the movie, and Deadpool appeared in both the movie and the game. By the way, Deadpool, what did you think about what they did to you in the Origin of Wolverine? Oh yeah, everybody remembered it. I heard all the fans said it was a big middle finger to the franchise. I mean, sewing my mouth shut and have 2 double blades coming out of me. I mean, it was an insult to the die-hard Deadpool fans, and they were hoping for a Deadpool spinoff. Yeah, I bet. And then all of a sudden, they decided to make another video game, except this time, talk about Deadpool once and for all. And this one I have in PlayStation 3, Deadpool the video game. And that's pretty much all the video games I got. I mean, there were other video games with Deadpool on it, but this will take all day. Yep, and that video game was the turning point. And I also did appear on Marvel vs. Capcom Part 3. Yeah, voiced by the same actor. Oh yeah, did you know that the first actor who did the voice of you was the same actor who did the voice of the Crypt Keeper? No way! The Crypt Keeper did the voice of me? Which game? The first one you appear. X-Men Legend 2, Rise of Apocalypse, along with Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2, until it's been recast by other games. Oh, this would be really awesome! Me going like, "Hello, Five Fangs. Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to Tales of the Deadpool." Anyway, how about we talk about my movie, shall we? The one everybody's dying to hear. Oh yeah, I remember. Well, they cast Wade Wilson, and that's him right here, playing Deadpool in Origin of Wolverine. And the movie was bad. The game was better, but the movie was terrible. But when the Hollywood studio heard about the complaint from all the fans about Deadpool, they decided to make up for it. And this is what I have in my hand. The movie of Deadpool with Wade Wilson. And one thing I gotta say, this movie is awesome! My grandma and I love it because it's not like any other superhero you know. Because this is so... I mean, he's not like any other superhero. He's an anti-hero who only kills for how much he gets paid for. And the movie was non-stop action entertainment. And now I hear that Deadpool 2 is going to be coming soon, with Josh Brolin playing Cable, and of course this lovely actress playing Domino. And you know, that's kind of a difference right there. Instead of making Domino be pale white with one black spot in her eye, now it's a black woman with a bleach spot on her eye, but has the same abilities just like the real Domino. But without a doubt, the movie was really awesome. Yep, but at least I don't get annoyed by a clone army of Gambit. It's bad enough dealing with the real Gambit. Bonjour, hello, mon ami. Zip it, Gambit! Your luck of making a spin-off origin story of you was cancelled because nobody, I mean nobody, weren't exactly a huge fan of you.
Merde.
Watch your language. Oh, in case you want to know what he said, merde is French for caca. Shouldn't we go after him and comfort him? Deadpool? Nah, he'll be fine. But one thing that was really awesome, having Cable... Oh, by the way, do you know that you have a sister who looks exactly like Negasonic Teenage Warhead? Yes, I do. My sister Rachel, I mean, if you look at her pictures on Facebook, she looks exactly like Negasonic Teenage Warhead. And also, Negasonic Teenage Warhead and your sister got a lot in common. Yeah, Negasonic Teenage Warhead has a girlfriend, and so does my sister. Now, can we get back in the movie, please? Oh, yeah, and don't forget Mr. Goody Russian Two Shoes.
You know I can hear you, Raid.
Hey, Colossus!
You know, this is a poor excuse. Make a review of your movie and talk about you, me, and everybody in your franchise.
Yeah, Colossus. By the way, what's with the Captain Planet getup?
Captain who?
Come on, you know Captain Planet. Let our powers combine. Earth, fire, wind, water, heart, go planet. While your powers combine, I am Captain Planet.
I have no idea what you're talking about. But seriously, Raid, you better watch what you say.
Yeah, whatever, Chrome Rump.
That's not nice. I'm saying that this is a poor excuse of your superpowers.
Yeah. Just go and be goody good guy somewhere else.
I'm warning you, Raid.
By the way, there's one thing that does bother me there, multi-voice reviewer. Yeah, what's that? You turn out to be very, very smart. You're good with martial artists, and also you can dance, and most of all, you can do impressions of other people. Are you a mutant by any chance? No, I'm not a mutant. I'm autistic. What's the difference? Good point. Hardly any difference between autistic and mutants. It's just like my theory, folks. Some people are being born with autism. It's pretty much the same way like people being born as mutants. Think about it. So, is that all for you? Is that all for you, Deadpool? Just about. Oh, by the way, I forgot. And what bad boy am I going to be battling against in the second movie?
Oh yeah! I'm the Juggernaut, witch! Sucker, don't you know who I am? I'm the Juggernaut, witch! I'm big, I'm strong, I turn women on, I keep my pimp hand strong! 'Cause I'm the Juggernaut, witch!
Really? Do you really have to go with that reference? I think it was really funny in the internet. I kind of liked it. Yeah, and given that reference on X-Men Last Stand. But anyway, since you're done with the Deadpool, there's one more thing I want you to do. What's that, Deadpool? What do you want? Since you are a really good dancer, I want you to dance for me. Why? I mean, what do you want me to dance to? One of my personal favorite songs from DMX, X Gonna Give It To You. I want to see you dance, 'cause dancing defies the soul. And I want you to show me yours. With more cowbell. I'll do the dance, But please don't do the Christopher Walken. I'm the only person around here who do Christopher Walken here. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready to see me dance. Oh, this would be great! But this time, I'm playing the song, but I made sure it's a clean version because the original song has a lot of cuss words and the singer said a lot of N-words. So I found myself a clean version for me to dance to it. And this is what Deadpool wants, this is what Deadpool gets. So for those of you who like this review, please leave a comment down below, hit like, and subscribe after seeing me dance. Okay, Deadpool. I did my dance. Can I have my $50 now?